don't fight for revenge.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down discussing the new Whisper War promo trailer for Season 10B of The Walking Dead. With that being said, warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to episode 1008, and let's jump right into this. So this trailer was first released on Twitter, as they usually throw them up there a few days before YouTube, and this trailer's title says that the war is coming, and what other war than the Whisper War. Now they probably don't want to advertise it as another war because they just had a huge all-out war with Negan like 2 seasons ago, and honestly, that was like the lowest rated season of the whole show, so yeah, they're kind of advertising it different, but it's on the horizon. But with that being said, I'll get into that in just a second, but honestly, let's jump straight to Negan. Now, there's not much of him in this trailer, but what we do see is really important. In one clip, we can see him walking with Alpha. Yeah, okay, that's to be expected. We'll see if we get a big moment out of them by the end of the season, but the crazy moment is the fact that Negan is shown wearing a Whisper mask.
We fight for our future.
So, does he actually complete the initiation for the Whispers and get rewarded his, first freshly skinned mask? Is that why we see him on his knees without a shirt on? Is that sort of him being initiated, or is that him being punished before he gets initiated or after? I'm not sure the order of this, but is this Negan actually being accepted into the Whispers? Or is this him putting on a disguise after betraying the Whispers in some way or right beforehand? Considering we see him wearing the leather jacket, we can assume that it's definitely him, even if you can't recognize him underneath the mask, but also, since he's wearing the jacket, it's not the best disguise. Unless this scene is from before he's completely put the disguise on, if he keeps the leather jacket on the whole time, it kind of defeats the purpose of wearing the mask. His iconic Negan leather jacket just sticks out like a sore thumb. So with that being said, he could just be initiated here. Also, something I'd like to clear up in the trailer. We can see Daryl walking up to the Hilltop walls with the words "the best" written on it, along with a clip of everyone lined up with the riot shields in front of the Hilltop with "in years" written on the shields. I don't think that this is actually in the show, like we're going to see the episode and then that's not going to be there. It's just a Vanity Fair quote that they also showed in the trailer as well. Moving on, in the trailer we can see multiple clips of the Hilltop preparing for its defenses against the Whisper herd, along with watching them fight it off. We can see that they initially roll out with the riot shields for cover, but that they have barricades to hold them off while they kill them when the attack really begins. We can see a clip of Luke being overwhelmed by what he's witnessing at one of the barricades, along with Eugene and Rosita once again fighting side by side as they get tired out again, killing off the zombie herd. Also, the Whispers have fire arrows, so you can probably say goodbye to the Hilltop. Yeah, that's right, it's probably going to get burnt down completely like in the comics, but unlike the comics, I'm not sure if they'll rebuild it again, or if they might want to finally use the filming land for something else. Someone told me in the comments to one of my previous videos that the Hilltop was actually built on the same filming set as the prison and other sets, possibly Terminus as well, so is it time for them to finally demolish the Hilltop with a huge battle and rebuild something else? Or rather, build a different set and then have a different filming location. Finally, regarding the Hilltop attack, we can see Daryl using a ball and chain as a weapon, which is pretty cool but unrealistic. I want a zombie apocalypse show grounded in reality, not some crazy Into the Badlands show where everyone has crazy new weapons for the sake of it. I honestly hate how The Walking Dead just tries to force character trademark weapons now, like Alicia's broken gun barrel weapon from Fear the Walking Dead. I'm sorry, that's just stupid, couldn't get into it. And I get that they want to have more, character iconic weapons other than just the revolver and the crossbow and kind of old season 1, season 3 weapons with Michonne's katana, but if you're gonna have a new sort of like iconic character weapon, have it be natural to the character, make it make sense that they're using it. I mean, I guess Carol's knife that she had was pretty cool as well, but don't just randomly give them like nunchucks or something for the sake of it. I don't know, they just have like kind of questionable weapons recently. Moving on though, I guess Daryl and Ezekiel are making up as friends after all the beef that they had during around season 9, like the finale with Carol. It was unnecessary and it was just Ezekiel being jealous, which I get. Not sure what it really caused though, if it really, you know, was kind of just icing on the cake to Carol wanting to break up with him, but now that Ezekiel's life is being threatened by cancer, he's just trying to make amends with everyone before his time is up if he's strong enough to. Hopefully they can connect with a new community on the radio or something and find a doctor that can actually perform a life-saving surgery for him, because if they find a community as big as the Commonwealth, they might actually have the supplies needed to actually save his life, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure that he'll conclude things with Carol and either go out sacrificing himself knowing that he has cancer anyways and that he's going to die, so why not save someone in the process, or maybe he won't even die and he'll get saved by this new community. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now on the flip side, how tragic would it be for Ezekiel to just die without making amends with anyone? I doubt they'd do that they'd actually subvert expectations and throw a dark twist in the show like that. We can't have that, right? But yeah, in all seriousness, they probably want to conclude his arc as a character and give him a nice send-off if he actually is going to die by the end of the season. And by the way, around the season 9 finale, we also did a discussion video about how Ezekiel's actor talked about possibly leaving The Walking Dead as well, so season 10 could be his final season. And next up, we see another clip of Michonne using her walker pets again, and I'm pretty sure that this isn't a flashback. I mean, I think we are getting a flashback of her back in like season 3 or before season 3, but I don't think this is actually from the flashback. This is during the current time, as she has the side of her head shaved, just like in the post-Rick timeline, so maybe it'll show her doing this like in the current timeline, and then she'll get flashbacks of when she used to do it because she's getting reminded of it. And as far as the flashback goes, I've said it once and I'll say it again, I really hope that Andrea's actor can reprise her role and actually return as Andrea in a flashback before Michonne leaves, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. That's just wishful thinking. Comicbook.com actually did an article on this, so that kind of gave me a bit of hope, but I don't know if they just came to the same conclusion that I did, or if they actually have reason to believe so, but that's a thing that I hope will happen and probably won't. But also, as far as Michonne just using the walker pets in the current timeline in general, like, what's really the deal with that? Why is she relapsing on this idea? Now, don't get me wrong, it is cool to see her use this one last time, but why did she drop it in the first place? I feel like they should have been using it throughout the past 6 seasons, not just when it was first introduced and then they kind of dropped it and instead just used the guts trick, and now it's being brought up again purposely as nostalgia before she leaves. Don't force nostalgia and don't fake it. I love callbacks, but it really feels like they're doing them just for the sake of doing them. And yes, nostalgia can be intentional, like you can make something come full circle or purposely write something in a show to be nostalgic, and it can really hit home because it feels natural, it feels like it's supposed to be there, and it doesn't break the immersion. But this definitely does break the immersion, at least for me, because it just feels so forced. Just, oh hey, the actor is leaving and the character won't be on the show anymore. Let's do everything with them that we possibly can before we go, because if we don't, we won't get another chance. I mean, not to throw too much shade, but another example of this is when they knew Rick was leaving, so just a few episodes beforehand, they had all of those really nice scenes of Rick and Judith and Michonne just kind of playing in Alexandria, because we weren't going to get another chance to see that. Now let's talk about Father Gabriel after everything that happened with him and Dante. There's a creepy clip of him staring through the cell bars in Alexandria, and I wonder if he's staring at someone in the cell or if he's actually just staring at the place that he murdered Dante, and the cell's just empty. It would make sense that he wouldn't be able to get this out of his head as a man of God, especially if this is his first murder ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's ever murdered anyone, I don't think he's ever killed anyone during one of the wars, but but let me know if he has. Regardless, it's kind of creepy to think of him returning to the scene of the crime just to possibly stare at a blood stain or something, or re-envision it as he gets flashbacks of his rage and revenge-induced murder of Dante. Maybe he's thinking about all the different things that he could have done, obviously not kill Dante, but if they could have even rehabilitated Dante, if it would have been practical. There's also a clip of him acting all badass with a shotgun. We'll have to wait and see if it kinda has any significance, or if it's just pointless action like most of the gunfights in Season 8. And also, is he just shooting off some zombies, or is he ready to headshot some whispers? And then there's Gamma. I'm not too sure if she'll just be a season character. I kinda don't like it when they do that. I kinda like characters to bleed over into future seasons or whatnot, but I don't know if they'll just kill her off before season 10 is over, or if they'll keep her on, but it all depends how far they can stretch her character and how much use they can get out of her. I feel like her time to go is inevitable, but it's just a matter of when. Will she turn on Alpha, and if so, when? Because they're definitely setting that up with her realizing that Lydia's still alive and Alpha lied to her. And then also, will she go out during a climax in season 10, maybe a sacrificial type of deal, or just the Whisper War in general, or maybe possibly in season 11, depending how long the Whisper War lasts? Or could she survive through the entire Whisper arc and turn into a survivor just like Lydia? There's a lot of possibilities here, and that's honestly the thing that makes her character interesting. I'm not even the biggest fan of Gamma, and she's kind of annoying, but she has a lot of potential. It'd be really cool to see Gamma and Lydia live alongside each other at one of the communities and just see them kinda re-assimilate back into society. And if it seems like they're taking her character somewhere really interesting during the back half of season 10, I may create an entire discussion video on her, so let me know of any theories you may have. And then there's also a clip of Connie and Magnus searching somewhere together, possibly going through the cave, and then there's a scene of Kelly in the cave, but not much else. It's a toss-up as to whether any of them will die, and I don't just mean in the cave, I just mean in the show in general in the near future. Honestly, I think that Luke is the most likely just because he's my favorite and most likable. I've been waiting for him to die ever since he was introduced. Just every single time he has a close call with a zombie, I'm just really tense. I actually think he's going to die because he just seems like too likable of a character to survive. But then again, Jerry is still alive, at least for now, and he survived like 3 or 3.5 seasons if you count, up to halfway through season 10, so maybe Luke will survive, but I'd prefer it if Magna would die, honestly. That's probably not gonna happen, but she just kinda is useless. It's ironic how she's the leader of the group, but she has the least screen time, interacts with the least amount of other characters, and just has the least amount of story in general. Anyways, I doubt Connie will die for a season or 2, and I feel like Kelly will die before Connie, so it all depends on when they want to give Connie that push forward, possibly to cry on Daryl's shoulder. Let me know what you guys think about just Magna's group possibly dying before the end of season 10 in general, or before the end of the Whisper arc. I'm surprised that they're all still alive, but I don't know, I guess they're just building their characters. They're really trying to increase the amount of likable characters that they have on the show after so many are leaving and being killed off. It's actually ridiculous if they're not being just randomly killed off like Carl, they're leaving the show like Rick and Michonne, or they're wanting to leave the show for reasons like they're being underused, such as Jesus, but now I bet they wish that they used them more now, so yeah, let that be a lesson, don't underuse your characters. And also, I've been meaning to post more Walking Dead content. Apologies, I've just been so involved with Better Call Saul. They're just like releasing so many trailers, it's hard to keep up with, and Better Call Saul and The Walking Dead are actually both returning the same Sunday night, and then they're going to be airing the same week, like Walking Dead on Sunday and then Better Call Saul on Monday, so it's going to be a busy time here on the channel. With that being said, I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, as I'm always thankful for you guys helping me appease the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe and hit that bell notification for more content on The Walking Dead in the near future and Better Call Saul. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.